I'm Dr. Christina Nieves. I'm the Chief Nurse Administrator and the Director of the Bachelor and Master's Nursing Degree Programs at Goodwin University. And I just want to take a few minutes to celebrate and honor each one of you for this year's World Health Organization's designation of 2020 as Year of the Nurse. We had thought of ways to commemorate this when we were on campus, and little did we know that the pandemic would happen and really propel nursing to the forefront of the global consciousness. So please know that the whole world celebrates you, your faculty, your communities, and your family honor what you're doing and your commitment to the profession. I thought about ways to kind of commemorate the past and the present and the future of nursing. And with that, I have this nursing cap. I was thinking about when I first started nursing, we were still wearing the caps, and each school of nursing had a different cap. For their students, there's quite a history to the caps. The shapes mean something, the different ribbons mean something. It's quite iconic and symbolic of the profession, and it was really a rite of passage as a student when you got your stripe on your cap. When I first started working, there were still a few nurses who wore these pretty regularly, and then over time they kind of got faded out. What was happening at that time when I started nursing, we were doing team nursing. There were very few men in the profession. Every Sunday night, I would starch and iron my white uniforms, check the white hose for runs in the nylons, polish the white shoes. There were still a few older nurses who were getting up and offering their chair to physicians who came into the nurses' station. So times have changed a bit, but I look at how I got to where I am today, and there's a couple of keys that were really integral to me moving forward in my career, and I just wanted to share them with you. The first one being is if there's something that you're nervous about and it intrigues you, then you should really run to it and not away from it. I was the charge nurse on 3 to 11 on a surgical floor. It was one of my first jobs. And I found that I would get kind of anxious when I heard that we were getting a patient from the step down, an ICU step down. And I kind of checked in with myself to, why is that? And I determined that I didn't feel comfortable. I really didn't feel prepared or know what to do if there was an emergency. So word got back to the nurse manager of the coronary care unit, who very kindly brought the crash cart down one evening to go over it with me. And as soon as he opened that first draw, I was like hooked. And that started a very long career for me as an ICU nurse. And it gave me something to stand on and really build my confidence on, to then go on to today. I'm a practicing family nurse practitioner. I have a wonderful job in academia, and I completed my doctorate in nursing. So I can really trace some of my steps back to those first years in practice. The other thing I'd like to leave you with is just to encourage you to find your voice in nursing and to share it. Our stories are really important, and they're extremely important now, especially in talking with our nurse colleagues who are working at the bedside today during the pandemic. They are still struggling with issues such as adequate staffing and adequate supplies. And so it's really important that we as nurses share our stories with the public, advocate for our profession, for our patients, in whichever manner you choose to do that. So I just want to take the time again to thank all of you for your dedication to the profession, and it's been a real honor to be part of the nursing profession. So happy Year of the Nurse.
Hello everyone, my name is Professor Hoffman, and I am one of the associate professors at Goodwin University. I teach in both the accelerated BSN program as well as the RN to BSN completion program. Been a nurse since 2006. It's been a fabulous career, done everything from critical care to cath lab to electrophysiology lab, the emergency room, and then in the kind of the later years of my clinical time. I was a flight nurse, both in a helicopter and in an airplane, sometimes doing some work on an ambulance, also licensed as a paramedic. It's been a great run. It's been a great ride. I love working with patients. I love mentoring students. I love working with other healthcare providers. All around, it's been phenomenal. And so as we celebrate 2020, which is known as the Year of the Nurse, I would like to send along and pass along my kudos to everybody that has really survived 2020 up to this point. I think, when we think about 2020 being the Year of the Nurse, this is not exactly how we anticipated it going, but this is what nurses do. They rise to the challenge, they rise to the occasion, they meet the demands, and they do it with a fervish intent to really be the best that they can and provide the best care that they possibly can. And so it's no surprise that nurses have done this throughout the whole coronavirus and COVID-19 response. And really, it makes me proud to think that we could handle as nurses just about anything that comes our way. And so that makes me incredibly proud, both as a nurse and also as an educator, being on the front lines of interfacing with students and enabling the dreams of other people, just like they who went before me enabled the dreams of what I wanted to accomplish in my life. So we celebrate the essential and robust contributions of nurses around the world as we, a global community, really recognize 2020 is the Year of the Nurse. Best wishes, congratulations, and let's keep doing what we do best.
Hi, my name is Robin, and I've been a nurse for many years. I've had the honor of working at many different facilities, from acute care to chronic care out in the community. In 1990, I launched a child care consulting company where we provide training and weekly health consultation to child care centers. I always wanted to go back to school to pursue my master's so that I could teach nursing. At age 50, I decided that was a good idea to go back to school, and now I have the honor of being the pediatric coordinator at Goodwin University. I work with an amazing group of individuals who have taught me so much since I've been here, and I'm so thankful for that. And my students are extremely intelligent, and they keep me on my toes. So my last three messages are for my students, for my hope for you. First, my hope is that you find your passion. You find what you love. You find when you get up in the morning, you're excited to go to work because you know you're going to make a difference. And you are in the top 2% of whatever that passion is. Second, I hope that you look for the gap on a daily basis. And what I mean by that is things have been done a certain way in the medical field, sometimes for 1,000 years, but they're not the best way. So you, with a fresh set of eyes, you're looking around and you're finding ways that are going to make it better, healthier, better patient outcomes for the people you're caring for. Third, when you are at a facility, so important that you know what the resources are of that particular facility, in the community, in the patient's community. So when they go home, they know what is available to them, and they understand their disease process, and they understand how to better care for themselves. So with that, I wish you the very best as you approach your nursing career.
I am Leslie Harris, and I am a registered nurse. I graduated from a diploma program in nursing and continued with my education until I received my doctorate of education leadership. I am a nurse and I am a teacher. So I want to share some words as we celebrate the Year of the Nurse. I celebrate each one of my nursing colleagues. I borrowed many words from Connie Vance and Roberta Olson in their book, The Mentor Connection in Nursing. And I want to express my heartfelt recognition of my nursing colleagues, my nursing heroes, and the profession. Nurses have stories, and that's what I want to celebrate. Our stories may be similar as far as becoming nurses, but each one is unique. And we share them to inspire, to instruct, to encourage, to share that common bond that we have. We leave a legacy of our holistic caring and our unique values as individuals and as a profession. The stories of nurses provide examples and demonstrate our creativity, our desire for change and transformation, always to make things better. Our stories and our role as nurses attest to the spirit and the magic that maybe cannot be seen, but that is experienced by us and by others that we care for and care about. Our stories are both personal and universal, of the influence of the relationships that we build and of the staying power of nursing. We have voices that come together to speak of the connection and the caring and of the memories of the phrases, things people said, the smells that we experience, just sometimes good, sometimes bad, the sensations towards others that can only be captured by a nurse. We have visions of change for hope, with power, and to provide a new direction for everything that we do and for our caring. It is in this light that I celebrate all the best that nursing brings to our society, to our public, and to each other. Thank you, and I celebrate you, and I celebrate everything that nursing represents. Happy Year of the Nurse, and we could just keep saying that every year. Thanks.
Hello, it's my honor today to do a brief tribute to nurses all over the world, all over the United States. I have been a nurse since 1975, and I am honored and proud to say that I have worked as a registered nurse for every one of those years. As I near the end of my career, I'm retiring in April, I reflect back on this profession of nursing, and it seems only appropriate that in this year of 2020, designated as the Year of the Nurse by the World Health Organization, to reflect back on all those years and to remember what I value most about this profession. I have had the opportunity to work in long-term care for the first 30 years of my career. In those years, I was able to help people live the end of their lives and help them through the end of their life. And most recently, in the last 15 years, I've worked in the academic environment, where I've been honored to graduate over 2,600 nurses from our pre-licensure program at Goodwin University. The profession of nursing is exquisite to me because it is a blend of art and science. Every nurse must understand the science of the disease, how it impacts the human body, and how they need to respond to take care of their patients well. But it is the art of nursing that has always touched me the most. Because with the art of nursing, we care about the person to whom we're doing the procedures and the TAC, the person we're giving the pills to, changing the dressing. We care about who they are, where they came from, and how this illness might be impacting them. At this particular time in our lives in this COVID-19 pandemic, we are all touched in one way or another. And I daily think about the nurses on the front lines who are there sitting with families or patients actually, sitting with the patients when their families can't be there, and how hard that must be to be that surrogate family, but how they do that willingly because their hearts are filled with compassion, because they do fully understand that art part of nursing. So I give tribute to all my fellow nurses through this video, telling you how proud I am to be in a profession with so many wonderful other individuals, how proud I am to have had the opportunity to touch people's lives through my 46-year career. But more than that, to just honor nurses throughout the world for the contributions we have all made in our years of practice and for the contributions to be made by the new nurses entering the field. So if you are considering a nursing profession, it certainly is one that you should consider. It is impactful, it is meaningful, and it will touch your life in ways that you can't possibly imagine. So I'd just like to close by thanking all my fellow nurses for everything you have done. My name is Janice Watts, and I'm a registered nurse. I'm very proud to say that.